Yeah. Yo. Welcome to Brotherly Differences, where we debate facts, stats, and debates. We got a special show for y'all today. We coming live from Patrick Henry High School. We here at the Minnesota Preparatory Academy versus Spire Institute from Geneva, Ohio. We at this event hosting live, and we bringing a podcast live to you from this preparatory event. Some great talent here locally from the Midwest. So we here enjoying a beautiful game, and we coming at you live with some real stuff today from NBA, NFL, Real Talk section. Big bro, what you got to tell them?
Man, this gonna be a good game. These are the top players of the nation. And what you hear in the background is the game we're at, so don't let that bother you. Just listen to our audio, and man, let's get it going. Rod he wrote up a nice show for us, and I'm ready to kill him in these debates.
Yeah, we'll see about all that, but I guess it's appropriate to start with NBA since we are at a basketball event. Let's talk about our first topics of the night. We're gonna start with is we've been arguing about this for a while now. Top 5 all time. I'm going to let you start with your top 5 all time, and then I'm going to tell you my top 5 all time, and we're going to kind of give our reasons why and debate whose top 5 is more right.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, let's start that way.
Okay, we can start that way.
Jump right into the fire.
All right, so NBA top 5 all time. It's going to change for sure. This will change, but my top 5 players is Magic Johnson at 5. LeBron James at 4. LeRod's a hater on that. And I have Kobe at 3, Kareem at 2, and Jordan at 1. Let's hear yours.
Okay,
will yours ever change? Can yours change and stuff?
Well, yeah, it can change, but I mean, it takes, and I'll explain to my reason how it can change.
All right, go ahead then.
So my top 5 would be 5 is Shaq. 4 would be Tim Duncan. 3 would be Kareem. 2 would be Kobe, and then 1 where I would have MJ, of course, to go. LeBron is not in my top 5 right now. For those of you who are wondering, I currently have LeBron 7.
He's crazy, but I'm fine with that.
Why.
But go ahead.
And I'm not fine with yours.
All right, let's go. Don't say why LeBron. Let's hear your top 5. Let's hear your reasonings.
Well, my reasoning for my top 5 is, when it comes to top 5, I go by how dominant you were, how long you were dominant for, how many championships you contributed to, what you did in those championships, and how you won and who you won with, quite frankly. And the reason why I have certain people in my top 5 is the amount of championships they won, but the amount of seasons they was relevant for with the team that they played with. So the reason why I have Kobe number 2 all time is because Kobe won 3 really young, back to back, and then he also won 2 without Shaq. And if we look at the team that Kobe had, it wasn't as good as people think it is. With Paul Gasol, that was his Rodman, if you will. Number 3, Kareem. It can't be understated that he got 6 finals and lost 4, so he went to 10 finals, but he was 6-4. He was a dominant scorer. We know all-time leading scorer. We already know what that's about. He has the individual stats to back it up, the MVPs, the scoring titles, the multiple finals MVPs, just championships with LA, in his career, late in his career, early in his career. Kareem was just a man from college on out. Number 4, I got Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan was just a constant winner. He never put up the top elite style numbers, but he always played superstar basketball. Getting his teammates involved, being a leader, winning games, showing up big when it matters. Whether that was young, old, middle-aged, Tim Duncan got it done. And then number 5, I got the most dominant big man of all time, which is Shaq. Later in Shaq's career, I heard him going to multiple teams. That's why he kind of dropped 5th to me. But the way he was dominant with Orlando, LA, and part of Miami, it can't be unheard that man had about a good 12 years of straight dominance and probably a good 5 to 6 where he was arguably the best player in the world. So, like I said, Shaq to me is the most dominant big man ever, so I got to have him number 5. And that's my top 5, and those are some of the reasons, basic reasons why.
I'm going to briefly explain mine. I got a criteria for my top 5. It's the whole body of work. But the thing is, my top 5 can change because I have to do a thorough investigation of this, of stats and all that. Like I say, I'm gonna have an article coming out for my top 5. I've been a little busy, but I will explain it more in there. But my 6 criteria that I go by, championships, of course, has to be put in there. I know it's a team thing, but being the leader, when you lead your team to a championship, is big. Stats, you have to take stats into account. Stats can be deceiving, but you still got to take into account for some reason. Single season performances are big for me. Single season performances is a big key. Accomplishments mean like your awards, your All-NBA defense, All-NBA first team MVPs, Finals MVPs. Number 5 is how did you lead your team? Like were you like Kobe? Were you the second best player for 3 of those titles? That kind of diminished it a little bit, but you still get credit. Tim Duncan was old on that last one. He wasn't even the 3rd or 4th best player on his team. So it's how did you lead your team?
Well, no, the last one, Tim Duncan was probably the 1st or the 2nd best player on the team.
Stop it. Number 6 is how did you perform in the biggest moments? How did you perform in the big moments? And that's why I don't have Wilt Chamberlain in my top 5. He has the stats, but Wilt Chamberlain, people don't notice in the playoffs he was terrible. So those are my 6 criteria: championships, stats, single season performances, accomplishments. How did you lead your team, and how did you perform in the biggest moments? And I'll go with my 5 real quick. So I have Magic Johnson 5 because a lot of his is championships, and leading your team and performing in the biggest moments was big for him. Number 4, LeBron. He has championships. His championships kind of skewed like Kevin Durant's, but he has the stats. This man is about to be he about to be the all-time leader in points probably. He's the all-time leader in playoff points and all that, so you have to take that into consideration. Single season performances. He doesn't really have a lot of dominant single season performances. Like they're good, they're great single season performances, but I wouldn't say they're dominant. He has accomplishments. He just broke the record for all NBA first teams, 14. How did you lead your team? He led his teams to championships, but...
What teams have he led to championships when you play on the best teams in the league?
Well, he was the leader of those teams. But wait, he didn't lead his teams like Jordan led his teams.
Like
he had
led
the goal.
his first finals team.
Yes, Curry led his first finals team. And how did you perform in the biggest moments? LeBron has definitely choked a lot, but he performs in the biggest moments too. Number 3, Kobe has the championships, the stats, single season performances, accomplishments. He led his team at least to 2 championships, and he performed in the biggest moments. 2, I have Kareem. He has the championship stats, single season performances, accomplishments, and my other 2 is how'd you lead in the biggest moments. And Michael Jordan's the GOAT easily. It's not even close. Championships, stats, single season performances, accomplishments, how did you lead your team, and how'd you perform. Jordan has that. So that's just my
The only
criteria.
one that I want to critique in that criteria is LeBron at 4.
Okay.
And that's where I was going with this, and you already knew I was going with it.
Yeah.
So you got him number 4 all time. My thing is, you said the stats, the accomplishments, the leading other teams. But you don't have a person like Tim Duncan who swept him 4-1 him another time as he was old, and then that was by a record margin finals loss in NBA history with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh on his team.
Yes.
Second of all, let's talk about the only time LeBron did beat him. It was a lot of flukiness going on in that with Popovich.
What was the flukiness?
Popovich having Tim Duncan on the bench while he had 30 points and 17 rebounds in Game 6, and they were up 3-2 with about.
I have 2 questions, really quick.
left.
I have 2 questions. I agree with you about Popovich made a dumb coaching decision that game, but did the game go to overtime, Game 6, and did they go to Game 7? Answer those questions right out. That's all I want to hear.
Well, we already know.
I want to hear nothing. I want to hear yes or no. Did the game go to overtime? Okay. And did it go to Game 7? What I'm asking you, didn't Tim Duncan have a chance to beat LeBron?
Because what does that mean when they go to overtime? First off, the game in Miami has the momentum at that point. The game shouldn't have went to overtime. That's my point. The game should have been over in 48 minutes. It shouldn't have had to be 53
I agree with
minutes.
that, but you can't. I can't. You know me. I don't give coaches all the credit, and I don't blame them for most of the credit.
But you're not giving them anything. You're talking about we're at a basketball game right now.
But in Game 7, LeBron dominated that game.
We're at a basketball game right now. Say, for instance, if we have number 22 going.
Oh my God, you missed that dunk.
Did he just dunk on him?
He ain't dunk on him, but he got a nice dunk.
Wow. Say, for instance, if number 22 starts to go off right now,
Yep.
and he got 40 points and 15 rebounds, okay, for Spire Institute. Number 22 name, folks, by the way, is Isaiah Jackson, 6'9", junior out of Detroit, Michigan. Say if right now he's at the free throw line, he goes off for 40 points tonight and 15 rebounds.
Yes.
Would you have him out of the game?
No, I wouldn't.
Would you have him out of the game with 8 seconds
No,
left?
I wouldn't. I said Pop.
Okay then. So
made a stupid coaching mistake.
my point is, you brought up the fact. I'm bringing this up because you want to bring up the fact: did the game go to overtime or did it go to a game 7? It did go to those things, but those things should have never happened. Is my point. And once they happened, it gave Miami momentum in life. And at that point, it was an anything goes game. It went from the Spurs had the game 1 in their hands to now we have to play extra, and we gave a team that's equal
But
to us another
do
opportunity.
you know LeBron hit 16 in that fourth quarter? Like, stop it. Don't act like LeBron wasn't killing that game. It was a coaching dumb mistake.
He had 16 in the fourth quarter, yet they were still about to lose. Yet
Yes, they were about to lose, but man, Popovich made a
what?
dumb decision. I would agree with that, but the game went to overtime.
And then, okay, we can get off the Spurs. And then I could go to last year. How did he get swept? And then the year before with Kyrie and Kevin Love, he got 4-1.
Okay, I have Magic Johnson and Kareem in my top 5. They both got swept twice.
But you're bringing that up, and like I said, always
I'm saying, but what's wrong with having people in your top 5 that get swept?
Because they also won more finals than they've lost. Magic is 5-4, Kareem is 6-4, LeBron is 3-6.
But like I say, I have a body of work. I gave everybody my 6 criteria. The reason I have LeBron over Tim Duncan. Let's go through my criteria. Championships. Duncan has them in that. Stats. You don't even mention
What about
stats.
stats? How many scoring titles did LeBron get?
LeBron has 1 scoring title. How many does Tim Duncan
Okay,
get?
he got 0.
How many rebounding titles does Duncan get? How many?
I would have to look up the rebounding
He
titles.
never had a rebounding title. You know I'm an NBA guru. How many times have you led the league in
wouldn't say
blocks?
guru.
How many defensive player leads he got? Like, he doesn't have, like, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Single season performances, he has no
Duncan
doubt.
has the record also for leading his team to multiple or the most 50-win seasons consecutive.
Yes,
Last year they
Duncan
pushed
is a
without
top 10 all time.
him. And Duncan also performs in the clutch games when LeBron
LeBron
doesn't.
can
Go
perform
look
in
at Western
clutches.
Conference Finals and go look at Finals. No, he does not perform.
So you didn't watch Game 6 2012 Eastern Conference Finals Game 6. He was down 3-2. LeBron hit 46. So he don't perform in
Well,
clutch.
Chris Bosh came back because they was also losing that series 3-2, and KG was taking over them. So don't give LeBron all the credit. What about what Tim Duncan did in Game 7 to the Dallas Mavericks in the conference finals versus tougher competition versus big man? What about the Spurs? See, Tim Duncan, the opposite of Tim Duncan, he came to a franchise that never had won a title, and then they started winning with him. LeBron went to a franchise that had a Finals MVP, and guess what he did?
Yes,
He
that
won
diminished
with
his
him.
career, but let's
so
keep
don't
going.
bring up the
But I'm
Celtics
saying, okay,
versus LeBron, because
I said
if we want to bring up
LeBron-
age, KG was getting old, Paul Pierce was getting old, and Ray Allen was getting old.
Yes,
and he dominated the
that's
old
why
Celtics
LeBron
team.
has. That's why he has some things that diminish his legacy. But I'm saying he has more stuff that's better than Duncan. Can we please go over LeBron's 14 All-NBA teams record? First All-NBA teams, you can't forget about that. Like, that has to take into account somewhere. You get what I'm saying? Let's take body of work, accomplishments. He got 4 MVPs. A lot of people don't go by MVPs, so we won't go by MVPs. Let's go by Finals MVPs. They're tied. Finals MVPs. What else are we going to go by? What else can we go by? With accomplishments, they both get. Tim
me,
Duncan
you
has
go by
more
the eye
all
test.
defensive.
For me, you
eye
can go
test.
by the eye
LeBron's
test.
easily better than Tim Duncan. It's not even close.
No, as a leader,
Easily.
to me, Tim Duncan is a better leader than LeBron James.
Let's see.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
will agree with that somewhat, but you giving Tim Duncan, I'm not giving LeBron all the credit. We're comparing 2 players. Tim Duncan wasn't even the best on the Spurs since 2008, since 2007.
Tim Duncan was a big man. Tim Duncan was a big man. That's highly refutable because in 2007, 2008, he averaged 19 and 11, then 19 and 10, 17 and 10, and then as he got older, 13 and 8.
How many years have
15
LeBron?
and
How many
9,
years?
17 and 9.
How many seasons have LeBron averaged under 20? How many seasons have he averaged under 20?
None probably.
Okay, thank you.
But like I said, LeBron is a scorer. He is a guard.
Why Tim
that
Duncan not
scores
a
the ball.
scorer?
Well, Tim Duncan can score when it matters. when it matters, Tim Duncan is a scorer. What are you talking about?
Tim Duncan, he is a good scorer, but you can still
What
be
are
a scorer
you
at a
saying?
power forward and big man. Look at Moses Malone. Moses
But how
Malone
many
got
of them-
scoring titles.
How many in the one way? And you said LeBron got 14.
All NBA, first All NBA
I was
team.
about to say Tim Duncan got 15. Tim Duncan 15 times. Tim Duncan weighed 15 times all defense, 2-time MVP, rookie of the year, 3 times Finals MVP, 97, 98 all rookie team, 15 time all NBA, 15 time All Star, 5-time champion, 15 times all defensive. See, Tim Duncan not going to be pretty on the stats, but the eye test show you he did it on both sides,
Right,
and he was dominant.
Right, Tim Duncan was dominant, but the eye test LeBron's easily better. LeBron's this is 16th year and he's the best player in the league. Tim Duncan was not even Tim Duncan probably never was the best player in the league. LeBron's been the best player
Tim
in the
Duncan
league.
probably was never the best player in the league.
Never.
Please stop.
Name a year.
Please
Name a
stop.
year. LeBron's been the
Well,
best. Wait.
what are we going best
LeBron
by?
has been the
'Cause he
best
never
player in the
had the
league.
points.
At least, I'll say for at least 6 seasons of his career, he's been the best player in the
You
league.
bringing up you bringing up Tim Duncan's years. You know, 1 year in the playoffs, he averaged 27 and 14 rebounds and 5 assists and 4 blocks, and that was in 2001, 2002 playoffs. You know that's what he did. Okay, so then let's go to the 2002, 2003 playoffs. The year he won the title, he did 24 points, 15 rebounds, 3.3 blocks, 5.3 assists.
Okay, LeBron averaged 35 in the 2009 playoffs where he kind of choked versus the Magic. He averaged.
Versus the Magic. Yeah, and like what would you say?
He averaged.
I'm saying years that Tim Duncan won the finals.
Oh,
and wait,
he won.
And wait, let's talk about the year that you said that he shouldn't have got MVP. The year he won his last finals, that he just rolled the coattails. Well, when I look at these stats, Tim Duncan averaged 16 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1.3
This dude said,
blocks.
imagine if LeBron averaged 16 points. Oh my God.
He was 37 years old. Can we bring that up? He was 37, 16 points, 9 rebounds, 1.3 blocks, 2 assists. And the year before that, he was going to win MVP when they lost in that 7-game series you're talking about. He averaged 18 points, 10 rebounds, 1.6 blocks at 36. And they was winning that series competitively until Popovich did what he did.
Yeah, I agree. In 2013, Popovich made a dumb mistake. I will agree with that, but we still hit overtime, and we still had Game 7 where LeBron outplayed him and ended up getting Finals MVP. But like I said, if you don't want to do the eye test thing because LeBron is
and my
easily
thing
better
is
with the eye
because,
test.
well, I mean, with the eye test,
The
like
only
this.
thing that helps Tim Duncan, the arguments you have, Tim Duncan has did a lot. He has all NBA teams. He has a lot of all NBA teams. He has a lot of all defensive teams. He has the Finals MVPs too. But the eye test really takes Tim Duncan out of the equation with LeBron. He's not on LeBron's universe with the eye test. But
Okay,
if we just go by the records, the facts, and the stats, you could make a case. Like I said, I won't argue you if you say Tim Duncan's better, but I disagree.
All I gotta say is this: we're gonna close this out here because we disagree. But this is what I'm saying. When you look at the 15 finals, LeBron was up 2-1 in the series. The game was within 40 points.
Okay,
and you
bro.
because you're bringing up averages. I'm bringing up LeBron gets stats. He averaged 38, 13, and 9 that series, or 8, whatever it was.
36, 13, and 8.
36, 13, and 8. Okay, that's what he averaged, right?
Oh, here come a dunk. Here come a dunk.
Oh, he laid it up. But the next thing you know, he had 0 in the fourth quarter. He still averaged 36, was scoring 0 in the fourth, and then they lost the series 4-2. And what I'm saying to say that is, the stats in that look godly. Tim Duncan never averaged 36, 13, and 8 in the finals. Never needed to, but his team never almost got swept. His team never
Tim
lost
Duncan,
in the finals.
I'm not gonna lie, Tim Duncan is 5-1 in the finals.
When he had other players that stepped up as well too. He lost 4-2 and didn't win another game after being up 2-1.
Yes, I'm saying that's why Tim Duncan is a top player of all time.
My point is, you got LeBron in your top 5. I think for only accomplishments. Because if we look at the
No,
rings
not
he got,
accomplishment.
2 out of 3 of the rings he got, it was because he was teaming up with a couple of the best players.
Okay, this
in the
is
league.
why I tell a lot of hardcore LeBron fans. What he did was, I don't like what he did, but like even with Kevin Durant, you still got to give him some type of credit because their lead is easier to lead your teams when you switch teams and go play with multiple All-Stars and stuff. Oh my God, number 22 Raw. When you go, hold on, what was I saying? Oh yeah, it's easier to do it, but when you still lead your team and carry your team, you still got to take credit for that because winning a championship is hard. That's why I tell LeBron fans, Kevin Durant still gets some credit because he's leading his team to 2 championships. This year, Curry is leading them, but I'm saying I still give Kevin Durant some credit. It's just I can't put him over some big dogs like Jordan and Kobe because they got to do more. But like Tim Duncan, they can be better because they have the stats, the eye test, the accomplishments on their side. They have the just like you said, the eye test and things like that.
We'll agree to disagree, but since we on him right now, we'll stay on LeBron James.
Okay.
And we're gonna talk about LeBron and his move out to the West Coast to LA.
Yes.
Do you think will LeBron and the Lakers make the playoffs this year?
Easily, yes.
Why do you say easily yes?
Because this answer is not going to have any backup.
Dwight Howard playing tonight, the Wizards getting killed.
I told you the Wizards. Yeah, the Wizards going to be in the playoffs, but they're not a threat to do anything. But
we'll see.
They have LeBron James, number 23. They have him.
Okay.
And you know how great he is at leading teams. how great he is a leading team. So they have him. I feel like they have developing talent that would have developed without LeBron, and they would have been a 40-win team fighting for the 8th spot without LeBron. So I feel like with LeBron, his leadership, his passing ability, his scoring, you add him, you could be a I know. You can with LeBron, you can get. I feel like he could get them the 4th through 6th spot with his leadership, with the shooters he have. Kuzma, Ingram can shoot a little bit. You have Alonzo Ball, who has pass vision, who has smarts. Rondo has an IQ. And LeBron just leading his team. It'll be hard in the West, but I feel like they will make the playoffs. He won't go to the finals this year. I will say that now. If the Lakers go to the finals, I will admit I'm wrong. Okay. What do you think about the Lakers?
Well, first off, I want to say we're going to give a shout out to this number 20.
Yeah, I was just about to say, shoot him out. Shout him out.
Before we talk about this topic, his name is Isaiah Jackson, guys. 6'9", 185 pounds.
Uncommitted.
Junior, uncommitted, and from Detroit, Michigan, plays small forward, power forward. He is athletic, agile around the rim, and somebody to look up for. Isaiah Jackson, folks.
He's a Division I player easily.
Oh, yeah, he's nice. You can tell he just got the skill to pay the bill. So, shout out to Isaiah Jackson. He out here putting in work here in Minneapolis for us. But back to the question at hand. Will LeBron and the Lakers make the playoffs? Yes, they will make the playoffs, but I'm not going to be cocky like you and say it's going to be easy. It's going to be a fight because I feel like there's some teams that's gotten better in the West. Right now, if I look at the Western Conference standings, we got Golden State number 1. I feel like they'll probably be there all season or flirting with 1 or 2. We got the Nuggets number 2. I feel like the Nuggets have took that next step and will be a top 4 team in the West. Number 2, I don't think they're going to finish there. We got the Blazers number 3. I think the Blazers could drop.
You be hating on the Blazers.
There. That's what I think, that they could drop there or stay in that 3 through 6. San Antonio, unfortunately, I think they will slow down and drop. The Kings, they are an intriguing team. Okay?
They are intriguing, I will say that.
I think the Kings can possibly make the playoffs, but as a lower seed,
they won't win 40
games. The Grizzlies
games.
is the 6th seed now. They will be out of the playoffs. Utah, I can see them kind of falling out of the playoffs. And the Pelicans, I can see them making the playoffs.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask you a question. At the beginning of the season, you didn't respect them at all. What's the sudden change to this beginning of the season?
It's not that I respect them at all. I didn't respect them to y'all extent. That's why I don't think Anthony Davis is an MVP type player this year, because
whatever you drinking or smoking, you need to stop.
The reason why I'm saying AD's not a MVP player is because they're not going to be a 50-win team. So if we go by MVP as winning games, they're 4-4 right now. I think the Pelicans going to be a 45-win
team. You know the NBA did in 2016-17.
Yeah, but his stats got to be godly, and right now they're not godly.
No, they're not.
And they're not going to get that way, I don't think. So
well, his problem is he can't stay on the court too.
And that's a problem too. So like I said, he won't be MVP. That's what y'all was saying. I don't think he'll be MVP. I think the Pelicans will be somewhere around 42 to 46 wins, which will not let him get the MVP, but it'll be good enough for a playoff spot. And I think the two teams that will jump in will be the Lakers and OKC for sure. And then I think the AFC will be teams like the Wolves fighting, the Kings fighting, and Utah.
Do you think Houston will turn it around? They're 1-5, and right now they're losing the halftime.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Houston.
They look terrible.
James Harden's not playing. They've only played 6 games. Other people's played 8. I mean, no, I'm not worried. They can go on a win streak.
But I'm saying, how long is Harden out?
How long is Harden out? He'll be back soon. Probably it was the hamstring.
They was 1-2 with Harden. I'm not gonna lie, but with Harden, they was actually they was losing, but it looked normal. Without Harden, they just looked terrible.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course.
And Chris Paul, but Chris Paul usually can lead teams pretty good.
Chris Paul's not. That's why I try to tell people that Chris Paul is not what people think he is. He's a little.
No, you don't give him enough respect.
No, I give him respect. He's the 6th best point guard in the league right now. That's enough respect.
Okay.
And he's a little overrated to me all time because
that's fair.
He really hasn't won anything. And then when we look at big games, if we want to talk about big game performances, well, where's Chris Paul? He doesn't show up. He's either always hurt or he has a pedestrian game where he had like 16 points and 6 assists. And people are like, ooh, Chris Paul did.
And that's why you remember last year I was telling you when people were saying Harden was choking and he was shooting bad. I'm like, man, before Chris Paul got hurt, he was shooting terrible, like 6 for 20. I'm like, how is he killing?
That's what I'm saying.
But he was hitting the clutch shots in the fourth. Harden did his work in the first half.
Yeah, but he was getting set up by Harden's passes. So that's what I say. I look at things like the setup as well too.
When you look at the games, you get the real truth of it.
But to stay on the topic, where do you see the Lakers, if you see them making the playoffs, where do you see them falling at, though?
I will be honest. They won't. All I know is they not get to the conference finals.
Well, it all depends on the seed because they might not get to the second round if they.
That's fair. They may. They're making the playoffs. They're making the playoffs.
If they're a 6 through 8 seed, they are in jeopardy of being out in the first round.
They will get 5 through 8 to me. 5 through 8. I don't know what seed 5 through 8. That's all I'm saying.
If they get 6, 7, or 8, they are in jeopardy of being out in the first round.
I agree.
I think 7 or 8 for sure.
The Lakers are not doing any. The Lakers will get to the playoffs.
You lose to Houston and Golden State. But if you end up a 6 seed and that Nuggets team end up a 3rd seed, I can see the Nuggets kind of beating them in the 7-game series.
I'm not debating that. Lakers might be on the first round. I get them out in the second round. We'll see what seed they get.
Then you're going to bring up when I say, oh, yeah, they're your top 4 player that we just had in the last segment is on this Lakers team and leading this Lakers team. I'm like, well, Rod, Kobe was in.
No, look. Let me just tell the fans this. If LeBron loses in the playoffs this year, Rod and like other people that I know is going to be like, how he a top 5 all time and he lost in the playoffs? I'm like, Kobe's in my top 5 in his 16th year like LeBron is. He lost in the second round 4-1 to the Thunder. And Kobe's my guy, so I'm not trying to get him. I'm just saying he's in my top 5.
And my point is, with that is, what about the fact that these guys led teams that wasn't the best teams all the time?
Ain't LeBron leading a team that's not the best team?
What I'm saying is, but we haven't seen him lead them to a finals and win one. What I'm saying
so he didn't lead in 2007. He didn't lead the Cavs team. They got swept.
I said, when has he led a team that was a pedestrian average team to the finals and won it?
Well, Kobe did
it with Paul Gasol.
Let me say this quick.
Ron Artest,
I agree.
Not good.
No, they were a decent team, but when Kobe had a terrible team like the 06 and 07, he didn't lead the team to the finals.
Yeah, but this team.
We've seen LeBron do that once. We've never even seen Jordan lead like a like Jordan. No, the Bulls is over. The Bulls supporting cast is overrated, but Jordan never really led a trash team.
How was they trash? Daniel Gibbs had 6 threes one game. Danielle Marshall hit 9 threes one game. I wouldn't say it was trash.
They wasn't trash, but
that we weren't used to.
Yeah.
Because if you ask me, what has Tony Kukoc ever done? What has Randy Brown ever done?
Well, I know.
So I wouldn't say that.
But what I'm saying is, having Pippen too.
That LeBron team was no Iverson 01 team. No, I'm not giving.
They were a little better than that. Yes,
they was better than that. Ilgauskas was solid. They had Daniel Gibson. They had LeBron. They had Danielle Marshall. Who else did they have on that team?
LeBron's I give him credit for that 07 finals, but I will say this too though. When LeBron had held with the Heat, he should have lost 0 finals and he lost 2. So that's a diminish to his.
He was 2 and 2.
That'd be more for the GOAT argument with Jordan.
But what I'm saying for the Lakers is, if they want to end up making it to the second round, they better avoid that 7th and 8th seed.
Okay, but like I said, the Lakers are going to lose this year. LeBron's not going to change in my top 5 because you lose in the playoffs. This dude been to 8 straight finals. Like he's going to lose.
Yeah, because he was on the best teams. But now when he don't get the best team, what happened?
Last year he wasn't on the best team.
Yeah, but the East was. We already know.
You could say that 2 years ago with Kyrie.
No, we talked about the East last year and what the injuries did and what.
Wait, but ain't you one of the people that always say the East and West is even? The East is not as good as y'all say.
This is what I say, so people can understand.
Also, you never say that. Okay.
There's 3 teams that are fighting for a title. There's Golden State, there's Houston, there's Boston. The rest of the league is even. So in that sense, the East and West is even because I'm saying there's only 3 good teams. 2 of them just happen to be from the West, and 1 of them is from the East. So then that means there's 29 teams left.
Houston up 8.
Well, they playing the Nets. But
I know, but I'm saying they was down by 16.
But listen, there's 29 teams left, which means I think that there's 15 and 14 teams that are evenly matched. So that's what I mean. Don't try to twist my words and say, don't you think the West and East is even, and then say what I say. And then say, well, LeBron didn't dominate. He dominated the East. And what I'm saying, the East only has 1 good team.
Well, he dominates the Warriors too.
No, but the East had 1 good team, and the 1 good team last year didn't have their best players, and he dominated the rest of the East.
He dominated the Warriors too, but I tell people, wait, let me explain to people quick what I mean.
He didn't dominate the Warriors.
It's 2 types of domination.
No, he didn't dominate.
Domination and winning, domination and losing.
What is domination and losing?
Domination and losing mean you dominate, but you just lost the series. Like Jordan. He dominated the 86 Celtics. They couldn't do nothing with him, but he lost. Jordan in 87, he dominated the Celtics, but he lost.
Okay.
Jordan with the Pistons, he dominated the Pistons, lost. LeBron dominates the Warriors, but he loses. Dominating and winning is way better than losing, so that puts you up.
No, but you shouldn't dominate and lose once you've already won. See, and we're not gonna go there.
You could dominate and lose too, Rod. Because look,
After Jordan won the title, when did he ever lose another title?
95, he choked.
Lose the title.
When he never lost the title.
Yeah, 95, he choked. He played 7. We're not going to even go. I'm not going to even go there with you and engaging that to the fans because he played 17 games, came back in March.
But you know, I don't know your criteria. The fans will know. The fans will know if you play. If you play, you get no excuses.
If you play for 5 minutes of a 40-minute game, nope, that's basically what he did. He played 17 games. He came back in March. The season was basically
like I said, you know I'm pretty unbiased. I get on my favorite players.
Okay.
Jordan choked in 95, but that's for another day.
Well, we're both in agreement that the Lakers will make the playoffs. The seed will be 5 through 8 according to Mike, and for me, it'll be right around that 6 through 8. But if they end up 7th and 8th, I think they out in the first round.
Yeah, yes.
And I'm not saying it takes a shot to LeBron legacy because he'll stay 7, but
he'll stay 4, and he won't be better than Kobe.
It just further goes to show me that that if the Lakers had an offseason that we think they can have with the money they have, that he needs other stars to win finals. And for me, that is a knock on why I don't have him in my top 5 to go back to the first.
That is not true. See, the thing is about the NBA, every superstar needed, not a star, but they needed something. Like if Pippen don't develop, Jordan never win.
But Jordan developed Pippen.
He developed Pippen. I will see. That's what makes Jordan. That's what makes Jordan much better than LeBron.
D-Wade developed himself. Shaq didn't develop D-Wade. D-Wade developed himself. Shaq was there.
Well, LeBron developed himself too.
But I never said LeBron didn't develop himself. LeBron didn't develop any. What I'm saying is LeBron didn't develop anybody to contribute to the title. LeBron just won the title because he teamed up with other people who was already developed, who was already good. The same thing KD did, and that's why I say people can't get on KD.
That's what I said, Rod. You see,
I'm saying people can't say KD.
No, I agree. LeBron fans go crazy.
Win a ring this year. If KD win a ring this year, and people got LeBron 4th, KD and Curry need to be 5th and 6th or right behind.
I definitely think Curry and KD will be top 10 all time.
I'm saying after this year, if they win the ring.
Not after this year too, because they don't. Because the thing is, I won't put them in the top 10 because LeBron has the whole body of work.
But you said accomplishment. Okay, your body work.
They have the accomplishment, but they don't have the stats. They don't have
what stats?
The all-time stats.
But if Curry won the scoring title, he already got more scoring titles.
He had more scoring titles, but Curry won't be in the 30,000.
Okay, Mike. LeBron just got in the 30,000.
I'm saying, but I'm saying once they get there, they make it past.
But my point is, you had LeBron in the top 5 before he had 30,000 points. You had him in your top 5 before he got to 30,000.
Yes, because
so don't say Curry and Durant need 30,000 to be in your top 5.
Wait, what?
Don't say
no.
Curry
You don't need 30,000, but I'm saying that's why.
But
that's why I have LeBron keep reaching up because he's doing these milestones. Curry doesn't have 14 All-NBA first teams.
He hasn't been in the league 14 years.
What I'm saying, when he does this,
LeBron don't have the seasons.
But that's what I'm telling you. As Curry and Durant keep doing what they, I'm saying after this year, if they win, that don't mean I automatically put them in. They have to keep doing this.
Haven't Curry already passed LeBron on the list for most all 3-pointers all time?
Yes.
Okay.
He passed Jordan. Is he better than Jordan?
No. My point is, he's passing LeBron in stats as he's playing with him.
What stats is he passing him in?
Well, the 3-point stats. He's finna have more scoring titles than him. He's finna have more finals rings than him. He's
how many finals MVPs?
So, I mean, he don't have any finals MVPs.
Because he might have 3 season MVPs. Yes, Curry will keep moving up. Curry make it be top 5.
He got robbed of a finals MVP. We all know that.
He shouldn't have one of the season MVPs either.
He shouldn't have a season MVP? Well, he should have a finals MVP. LeBron shouldn't have one of his season MVPs. So you can spin that both ways.
Well, LeBron still have more. He'll have 3 to his 1.
Okay. But he'll still have more rings than LeBron. He beat LeBron head-to-head.
But let's be fair.
What do you mean let's be fair?
You just can't go strictly by rings because Kevin Durant can't get 2 finals MVPs from him. I take that into account. Okay, let's take a little break.
All right, let's pause and then we'll go back to our regular
and
show.
We're going to finish this Curry and LeBron. Okay.
Back to Brotherly Differences. Second half is now started. Spire Institute is up 45. And Minnesota Prep Academy has 31. Started the second half, and we're going to continue the show, Brotherly Differences. We're going to continue where we left off, and we was talking about LeBron and Curry. So what did you want to say about me having Curry near LeBron?
So, with Curry, if he continues to dominate, and I feel like he continue to get his longevity stats up, he has you have a case that he's past LeBron. And I'm not saying he needs to have more finals MVPs, more season MVPs. I'm saying he has to get his body of work over. Because Kobe doesn't have more season MVPs or finals MVPs than LeBron. But with my 6 criteria, Kobe he does it better than LeBron when I put it all together. But Curry doesn't have what LeBron have right now. Like he has 1 dominant season, maybe 2. He might, if he wins this year, he have 4 rings, 2
You
scoring
said
titles.
one dominant season, maybe
Yes,
2.
LeBron. I mean, Curry only has one dominant
his last
season.
4 years, 30.1, 25,
That's not
26,
dominant.
33. What do you mean dominant? Look at this. He's shooting from the 3-point line, 45%, 41%.
No, dude, I'm talking about as an individual. Curry really wasn't dominant. He has been having Durant dominate with him too. What I'm saying is dominant.
Okay, but with LeBron, but you said LeBron was dominant with the Heat. And
No. I
LA
said LeBron's hit
dominant
I even said LeBron hasn't hit that many dominant seasons, but LeBron wasn't like super dominant because he had Dwayne Wade and stuff. LeBron was more dominant with the Cavs.
What do you mean dominant though? Curry's dominant.
Curry averaged 30 in 2016, got MVP and stuff, got the scoring title. That's dominant. But the last 2 seasons, 25, 26 is good. That's a great season. But that's not like, oh, dominant, I'm the best in the league type stuff. He did it one time. LeBron has did it 2 or 3 times where he was just straight dominant.
Wow, Curry only got 15,000 points.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. He's off to a slow start. You have to take that into account. I'm taking everything into account. LeBron has did his first 9 years with the Cavs. He didn't win, but he did a lot better than Curry did his first few years. Curry didn't lead a team his 4th year to the finals like LeBron did that. You get what I'm saying? Like what I'm saying is Curry can still. He doesn't have to get 4 finals MVPs to pass LeBron, but he has to get his body of work up. That's what I'm saying. His body of work is not where LeBron's is at right now. And he has the 4 rings, but take that in consideration, man. Stop just saying, oh, Curry has 4 rings.
In about 5 years, to me, if he stays on this pace, Curry will have 30,000 points.
Dude, in my top 5, the only player who's literally led his team to all his rings and was the best player easily is Jordan and LeBron. They're the only 2 who's led their team.
Curry already has 297 points in 9 games.
Wait, what?
Through 9 games,
he's starting off good. Yes, he's starting off good, but how do you know he's going to finish that? We have a whole season left. Warriors fans need to relax. Curry's the MVP so far, but relax.
I'm just saying that's 300 points every 10
Yes, but he
games.
can slow down, start getting locked up and stuff. It's the first few games. Relax.
Okay, we'll see.
Blake Griffin averaged 36 the first 5, 6
years. I
games.
hope Curry score over 2,500
Yes,
points.
I'm saying Curry.
So he could be at 17,000 after this
But
year.
I'm telling you, Warriors fans, if he keeps doing what he's doing, he possibly could pass LeBron. But right now, even if he win a title this year, wouldn't put him past LeBron. He has to do more for longevity.
Okay.
Let's see the more first All NBA teams. He been getting 3rd NBA teams the last few years. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, we get it. So this year, after
this year, he won't pass LeBron. Yes.
LeBron on the first round again.
Don't let Durant get Finals MVP again, like I said with Kobe. Kobe didn't get in my top 5 till he showed me them 2 Finals MVPs.
We'll see. Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Let's move on to the next topic.
He's
See, a
not,
lot of our topics kind of piggyback and got a lot to do with LeBron, because the next topic.
Man, we like ESPN. Well, won't leave the man alone.
This next topic is not really about him, but it kind of has to do with him because it is who is the best player in the Eastern Conference post LeBron. So after LeBron has left the East and now is a part of the West, who's the best Eastern Conference player right now? Your top 3. I already know
my top 3: Kawhi Leonard, Greek Freak, and Kyrie Irving's number 3. And Joel Embiid and Kyrie can be tied for 3.
Please stop.
What's your top 3?
Kyrie Irving 1, Kawhi Leonard 2, and then Greek Freak 3.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm not
fine with choice. I feel like Kyrie does not get the respect he
Rob, who
deserves
is my
from
second
you.
favorite player?
Well, I don't
Wait,
care.
who is my second favorite
I don't care
player?
that you told me about him and that you really
So
like Kyrie.
I wasn't a big. I'm not a big Kyrie fan.
I never said
respect
you wasn't,
Kyrie,
but I don't care what you respect. But we talking about the facts here. You on Giannis and them.
So
and
Rob,
what did
Kawhi
he
Leonard's
just
not the best defender in the league and got great offense either.
His offense, I wouldn't say it's great. It's gotten better, but it's not great. And plus, like I said, I haven't seen Kawhi meaningful basketball right now. We 9 games in. He hasn't played a meaningful game. Last year, I don't care what nobody say, Kyrie had the Celtics at 38-10. He was leading that team.
And you got to take into account that they went to East Conference Finals Game 7 without him.
No, but
they
like
just played against a man amongst boys.
That is my point. Don't say a man amongst boys. That is my point about the league being the league. They were able to win without Kyrie, but they also didn't look good without Kyrie Irving. They struggled without Kyrie. Let's bring up the fact that they made it to the conference finals, but let's tell the crowd the truth. They were 17-17 without Kyrie Irving.
No, Kyrie get credit.
So they was a 500 team without him.
But what you do, a lot of people do this.
No,
most people do this.
that's the
you
facts
guys like
about
to
it.
just give one player all the credit.
I'm not giving one player all the credit.
You do that
I'm
when you
saying
have
he was
the
the
facts.
he was the leader.
Kyrie.
He was the leader.
Kyrie was the
leader.
leader, but he's not getting all the credit. He shouldn't get all the
Nobody's giving
credit.
him all the credit.
You argue like,
we saying that he had we know that Jaylen Brown's on the team, Tatum's on the team, Rozier's backing him up. But what I'm telling you is those players, just like we like to give LeBron all the credit, but
I'm not
Kevin
giving
Love,
LeBron all the credit. LeBron had Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh,
like Kevin Love, they was on the team. We know that these other people are on the team. What I'm saying,
LeBron shouldn't get all the credit like
the
I hate when people do
Celtics
that.
championship chances goes out the window if Kyrie gets hurt. I don't care what nobody says.
Yes, I agree with that, but that didn't happen.
And
I
my
agree
thing
with
is
that.
the Bucks, they don't even have a chance to be in a championship.
Yes, but from a talent
They don't
perspective,
have a chance to be in a championship.
Greek
What's the
Freak
talent
is better.
perspective?
Right, Greek Freak dominates the game.
If you got to make Greek Freak. See, this is my thing about Greek Freak.
What I'm saying is
He's
you
more
go
like,
by.
he's
So
more
right.
like, no,
so,
I go by how effective can you be on the court. If Greek Freak is getting stopped from getting to the lane, he's not as effective as you think he is. He can't really shoot. His ball handling is
his
still
ball,
iffy.
his ball handling is good. He has.
It's better, but it's iffy. Because what I'm saying is, if you put a Kawhi Leonard on him, or a faster three guard that can be as strong as him and stay with him laterally, he struggles. See, you can't really put anybody on Kyrie Irving, and Kyrie makes the game easier for other
Kyrie, besides the last 2 games, he's been playing terrible.
But they still been.
I'm saying, what games are you watching? He's not better. He's not better than Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, like you just said, Kawhi Leonard is like one of the best players in the league. Greek Freak.
What do you mean he can lock up one of the best players in the league? But that don't mean nothing. He can lock up one of the best players in the league. But
and Kawhi Leonard offense is getting better. That's what I'm saying. I always tell people, if Kawhi Leonard get his offense good, he could be best player in the league.
Well, he got to be able to lead a team. I haven't seen him lead yet.
He led the Spurs 2016-17.
To the conference finals, but
he led the Spurs.
Like I said, Kyrie led that Celtics team.
And look,
Kyrie,
be even. Kyrie and Kawhi both led a team for a season.
Kyrie
Do you agree with that?
Kyrie could compete with the Warriors. To me, I just don't see.
Kawhi Leonard can compete with the Warriors.
Not with the Raptors. I just can't see that.
Oh, I thought you were talking about just period. Because I was going to say
Kyrie. I'm saying Kyrie can lift his team up and compete, because we've seen. This is why I give Kyrie the nod over them, because we've seen Kyrie in the finals take over.
Yes, we've seen it, but we're talking about now. Right now, Greek Freak is better than Kyrie Irving and Kawhi Leonard.
But it wasn't like LeBron was enabling him to take over. He was taking over on his own, which shows me he can uplift others. I haven't seen Kawhi and Greek Freak take over a series or a game like that. If Greek Freak could take over his own, why didn't he beat the Celtics without Kyrie last year in the playoffs? Why did they get 4-2 and then you couldn't find him in the last 3 games of that series?
Yes, and
why the year before the same thing happened with the Raptors?
That is a bad imprint on Greek Freak's career, but let's go back. Let's not try to give Kyrie all the credit to 2016 because he helped.
Nobody's going to give Kyrie all the credit because everybody's going to give it to LeBron James.
As a leader, Greek Freak hasn't did nothing, but as a leader, and you know I'm a big Kyrie fan, as a leader, Kyrie ain't did shit either. So stop
last
that
year,
right
let's
now.
see. Let's see. Last year they said
so. Let's be fair. You make me get on my own guy.
Last year Kyrie played 60 games. Okay,
and they were great, but we didn't see him in the playoffs.
He shot 49%. He shot 41% from the 3. He averaged 24 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, and 1.1 steals a game. And shot 89% from the free throw line, and he shot 55% from 2-point field goal percentage. So, and they was, like I said, when he started, because he played 60 games last year, they was 38-10.
And then seasons deceiving. We didn't see him play in the playoffs.
Well,
we didn't see him play in the playoffs, so that's what I'm saying. I can't see. No, wow. he was leading them, and I'll give him credit. Kyrie showed that he can lead a team.
Last year, Giannis did average 26 and 10.
Yes, he averaged 26 and 10.
But they won 44. Mike, do you know last year they won the same amount of games as the Heat? And that's why you say Miami not that good. But I'm saying they won the same amount of games as the Heat, and they lost in the first round. To some people would say the Sixers, who you got.
Yes, he shouldn't have lost in the first round.
No, I'm saying that's who the Heat lost to last year in the first round.
But Rod, let me tell you this: it's how you dominate too. You can lose like Kobe. Let me tell you this: Kobe. Let me explain.
Okay.
Let me ask you this: was Kobe the best player in the league in 2006, 2007?
Kobe didn't have a Giannis team. Giannis had a way better team.
What? Did you just say Giannis?
Eric Bledsoe was on the team last year. Chris Middleton.
What has Eric Bledsoe done?
Stop it. Eric Bledsoe is way better than Smush Parker.
Giannis averaged 26 and 10 last year. Stop
Eric
it, Rod.
Bledsoe is way better than Smush Parker.
Yes, I agree with that.
Chris Middleton is way better than Luke Walton. John Henson is way better than Chris Mim. You said what team does he have? What team? Jabari Parker?
Lamar Odom is better than anybody on the Bucks. Lamar Odom is better.
Malcolm Brogdon won Rookie of the Year. What other Rookie of the Year did Kobe ever have winning on 6?
Did this dude just say Malcolm
Brogdon? He won Rookie of the Year.
Michael Carter Williams won Rookie of the Year.
What did Kobe have though? What did Kobe have? That's
he
what
really
I'm
didn't have
asking
number.
you. What did he have?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like, what would Greek Freak do with that team? He took the Suns to 7. That's what I'm trying to tell
Hey, you
y'all.
definitely
The Suns was a championship caliber
Kobe
team.
was
He
playing
took
with
that team
trash.
to 7.
But what
That
I'm,
was
but,
garbage.
okay, my point is Kobe. But wait, what I'm saying is Kobe was the best player in the league. He was out in the first round, but I still call him the best player. Giannis better than Kobe because what we see on the court. He averaged 26 and 10. You can't just look past that. He lost in the first round, but you're going to lose. Kyrie.
Okay.
But Rod, this shows Kyrie didn't even play, and his team went to the East Conference Finals in Game 7. You have to take that into account. If they would have lost in the first round, you have a point.
I look at the role because I told you, Mike. See, this is why I say I don't give that team that much credit for getting out to the conference finals because I said I only see 3 teams going to the finals, and the rest of the league
Giannis' impact is better than Kyrie's. Rod.
No, the Bucks just won 2 games without Giannis this year with their new coach. I'm just saying, so let's not act like you said they won.
But Rod, the Celtics won game. Rod, the Celtics almost went to the finals without Kyrie.
But wait, you said they almost.
That's way better than winning 2 seasons.
No, they didn't almost go to the finals. They went to the conference finals, but they never.
So they were 1 game away from the finals.
They never was going to win that game.
Well,
they had no chance of winning
against
that
a
game.
man amongst boys.
A man amongst boys. No, they were going to. They were a bunch of rookies.
But I'm saying, but let me tell you how you just sound. You just said the Bucks won 2 games without Greek Freak, but you want to discredit the Celtics.
I'm not discrediting it. I brought that up because you're bringing up the Celtics winning without Kyrie as if teams don't know how to win without their players.
Yeah.
And what I'm telling you is the Bucks has a good roster.
But what I'm saying is
Brook Lopez now.
But what I'm saying is you're trying to compare. Oh, Kyrie. What does Greek Freak do in the first round? He didn't do this. Kyrie did this. But what I'm saying is you're giving Kyrie all the credit where he shouldn't get all the credit because he has other pieces doing stuff too. Because Kyrie's not dominating like that. If he was averaging 30, if he was averaging 30, then you could say something. But Kyrie wasn't really dominating like that. It's like his impact wasn't like Greek Freak.
He was killing versus the Warriors. Versus the Knicks, he had like 38. He had like
good dunk. That was a good dunk.
He had like 38-10 versus the Warriors. 38-10 versus the Knicks in like 3 quarters last year. Kyrie was killing a lot. It's just
Kyrie, he's the third guy. He's the third best player in the East to me. Greek Freak too. It can be interchangeable, but I have Greek Freak better. Okay. Like I said,
we'll come back and revisit this argument about All-Star break. But about All-Star break, I guarantee you be changing your mind when the Celtics are 42-8 and when Greek Freak and them fall down to the 6th seed.
Yes, but that's a big reason why I follow NBA a lot because I just can't go. The team success is big, but it's how you have your impact with the team success. Kyrie team success this year. He only averaged 16, Rod. He had 3 points 1 game and they still won.
Actually, his average just went up.
Okay, it just went up. But what I'm saying is,
it went up. Okay.
But what I'm saying is, you're just basically saying, Kyrie was the best player. His team's doing better than this.
He's averaging 17.9, 5.6 assists, 4 rebounds.
And that's what I'm saying. His impact is like that. That's not that. That's okay. That's decent. He started out bad, but it's like let the season keep going. You can say he's better, but don't act like Greek Freak don't dominate. Greek Freak is dominating. He's now he's dominating, losing. He's not winning. He do have to get up first round.
I say he dominates, but I say to me, what does his dominating lead to?
But like I said with Kobe was out in the first round and he's the best player in the league to me because he was dominating, but he lost.
I'm saying yesterday versus Greek Freak, Kyrie had 28 points, 7 assists, shot 6 for 12 from 3. The man is...
See, everybody thinks just because you, like, winning is big, but it's how you win, too.
He had 28 last night. Greek Freak only had 33. He had 28, and then the game before that, he had 31. Kyrie is coming in. He had 3 the game before that, you're right, but he's coming into a zone. Okay.
Winning to me matters more when you have a big impact, and that's when you can bring it up for individual players. Like a lot of people bring it up with Jordan is because his impact was crazy. He was averaging 35, 32, 30, and I'll even go with Kobe when he was averaging 30 and stuff. That's dominating. But like Kawhi and the people are like, he has a Finals MVP. Stop it, dude. That was a team, and they had to give it to somebody. Sorry, guys.
Well, you just disrespected Tim Duncan, so.
I didn't disrespect Tim Duncan. It's just
you did.
The last 8 years of his career, he just was kind of like a role player.
Okay.
Low key.
Let's go to the next topic. We disagreed on that one too. We haven't agreed on no topics today, by the way.
Well, disagreement is good.
But yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I'm just spitting facts here. But by All-Star break, when you change your mind about Kyrie,
like I said, I'm fine. Like I'm not like you. I have enough pride to change my mind if I'm wrong. But right now, I think Greek Freak is second best. Kawhi's number 1, and Kyrie 3.
Okay.
And I agree. Kawhi do have to do more at the beginning of the season, but
especially after what he did last year.
Yes, what he did was weak. But Rod, man, this dude is his defense. I just can't look past the defense. I can't look past what he's doing offensively. It's like he's the best player in the East.
Oh, wow. So the hometown team is coming back.
And
that's a great segue into our next topic. The league is now down to 6 guys. We got Spire Institute at 60 and Minnesota Prep Academy at 54. This game is going down to the wire.
Yes, it
now
is.
let's talk about, let's keep it in the state here. Let's talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves. That was a great segue to our next topic. The Timberwolves, Wolves season prediction. What do you think the Wolves will do? And this is a two-parter. Should they trade Jimmy Butler?
So I'll answer the question first. They definitely should trade him, not because he's not good or great, but I think he's ready to leave Minnesota, and I think you should get something for him because he will leave. He's not happy here, and you can tell he's just sitting. Jimmy Butler never really sits out games unless he's hurt. He's not hurt, and he's sitting out games. So I think they need to trade him.
Okay. Well,
only because of that reason.
My thing is this. I think I'm not gonna say. I think they only should trade him if they have a package back for him. And I'm not saying a package with picks because a lot of people not fan of the Rockets trade because you get the 4 first-round picks, but they would be later first-round picks because we're
you don't know
projecting
that. What if Rockets got the worst record in the league
we're
right now?
projecting that the Rockets are going to be a top 3 team in the West, and so
I agree.
the picks are not going to be as good. So I'm saying if you're not going to, the Heat and the Clippers to me had the best offers, but I'm not trading Butler unless you got some of the best offers.
Wolves need to look at that Heat trade.
That's
Need to look at that Heat
Richardson,
trade, man.
Whiteside and Bam.
They need to look at that Heat trade.
So I'm not trading him unless we have the proper players. I know the Clippers was offering Tobias Harris, Gortat, and Lou Williams. That's also a decent trade. But I think that the Wolves should keep Butler until they figure out a good trade for him. But I think winning cures everything. I think if the Wolves season outlook is what I'm predicting, which will be a 5 through 8 seed, I can see the Wolves winning anywhere from about 41 to 46 games as well, like the Blazers.
Stop disrespecting my boy Lillard's team like that.
You stop giving him too much credit.
I give him and his team credit.
The Wolves are a better team than the Blazers.
I disagree.
They are a better team
than the
Blazers.
With Butler, even with Butler, they're not a better team.
Oh, and that's a great segue to the next question. Especially if my guy D Rose is to a point where he can give you 20 to 25 on a consistent night, like probably 5 times a month, then the Wolves will probably win 45 plus games.
The Wolves, I'm not even going to lie, man, and I may be wrong. I don't have them making the playoffs because I have Lakers and Nuggets taking the Wolves spot, and I don't know who else spot they're going to take.
The Spurs spot?
They might. The Spurs. And I ain't going to lie, DeMar DeRozan looking smooth right now.
But I think top 5 in scoring right now. Yeah. That's a different topic for another day.
I think, I would say the Spurs. Wolves and Spurs will be out for Lakers and Nuggets.
Well, I don't know. I mean, the Nuggets are going to be in. The Lakers are going to be fighting.
I don't think the Wolves make it.
But the Wolves to me can make the playoffs easily. And I feel like Cat hasn't even came into his own right now.
Cat, I'm not gonna lie. Cat and Wiggins is playing soft. I will say that, but
no, Wiggins ain't playing that bad.
Wiggins not playing that bad, but they should be playing better. I will say they need to play better, but I'm saying with Butler also, I still don't see them making playoffs because Butler, of course he makes them a playoff team, but he doesn't make them that much better. Where I say, they'll make the playoffs for sure with Butler, because even with Butler, they still get killed by good teams.
Well, they're 4-4 right now, and they just beat a playoff team in the Jazz. And that's what I'm saying.
And without Butler, right?
Without Butler, and that's what I'm saying. If D Rose could come into his own and Butler just start seeing the team for what it is, then the Wolves can be a real contender, in the West. They could even be a top 4 seed if Butler get his head on straight.
They definitely will be a top 4 seed. They definitely will be a top 4 seed
because that's what I'm saying. They better than the Blazers. He said, "Hell no."
No, they're not a top 4 seed, even with Butler.
What do you see in Portland that make you so confident?
Portland has they got Damian Lillard. They can play with fast teams like the Warriors with C.J. McCollum.
How can they play with the Warriors? They Lillard
in the
be scoring, but
season,
they be blown out by 20.
No, what I mean in the playoffs.
They be down 60 to 40.
In the playoffs, Warriors are
20 points, and you want to
give
them credit for in the season.
Right, I'm saying in the season I have them better.
They won one game last year in Portland in the season. Okay.
They usually beat the Warriors twice a year. But wait, let me finish. I have them better than the Wolves because Portland play at a pace that other teams can handle, especially when they go to Portland. That's why they was 3rd seed last year. We talking about just season because we
talking about season. Don't let
you ask me why they better.
Don't let D Rose get to where he want to get to.
A lot of teams have trouble.
Don't let D Rose get back to where even though he can get back, Damian Lillard would be able to do nothing with him.
Lillard would run circles around Rose now. Okay, I'm not saying.
We will see. I think a lot of people in the league got in store for Rose. Rose got in store.
Low key, I'm not gonna lie. Lillard is 2nd runner-up to MVP. Kawhi 3rd.
Wow, you're sick.
Lillard 2nd runner-up to MVP.
You're sick.
You ain't been looking. You say you look at
you
basketball.
sick.
Have you looked at Portland?
You sick? Yeah, I looked at Portland. The same
And-
Portland that lost to Miami. Portland's not
No,
good.
Portland beat Miami.
No, we beat Portland 120 to 111. Look it up. Miami beat.
No. They beat Miami 103-93.
No, Miami beat Portland.
No,
Look it up.
hold on.
Miami
I may
beat
be-
Portland last
no.
week. You're wrong.
Wait,
Look that
am
up.
I getting my scores mixed up?
Yeah, you definitely are. Miami beat Portland 120 to 111, and Damian Lillard killed, but they beat Portland. That's what I'm saying.
Wait, they
Y'all
didn't beat-
think Portland's so good, and they're not that
Wait.
good. Miami
Well, even if they beat Portland, it's a season game.
Okay, we know. I'm not saying that to say much, but Portland's
And
not.
Portland, even if Portland beat them, I'm not gonna brag about it. It's a season
They
game.
didn't beat them, though.
Because
They
the
lost
team's
to
going to
them.
lose season games. But hold on. Portland lost to Miami. I swear Portland beat them.
No, they lost. Look it up. Lost 120 to 111. Lillard had 42.
Oh,
points,
that was the
7
game
and
they beat.
6. They lost to Miami because they're not that good. You could beat Portland,
No, you can't, Rod.
and that's when Wade had 18 in the first
I will
half.
say this: Portland got to prove it in the playoffs.
Wade
Wait,
had
what day
18
did they
in the
play?
first
What day
half.
did they play?
They played them on October 27th, last Saturday.
Okay, yes. Okay, I was thinking of the wrong game. You're right. Portland did beat the Trailblazers, and that's one game they lost. But you bringing up one game.
I'm just saying.
You're bringing up one game. What is Portland record right now?
6-2.
Portland 6-2. So stop it. Don't act like they just trash. So
They're good right now. 8 games in. Wow. Who
Rod,
cares about 8 games
but
in?
when I say something like,
I'm just saying, 'cause right
you're making a point. Miami beat Portland. But what if I told you the Raptors beat the Wizards without Kawhi? Does that matter to you?
The Raptors beat the Wizards.
Without Kawhi, and you—that's what I'm saying. So you would say, "Oh, that don't mean nothing."
Right now, okay, like I said, 8 games in. Neither one of them mean anything.
Okay, but with
first
Portland
off, the
and
Raptors
Miami-
and the Wizards play each other multiple times a year. Miami only played Portland one more time.
But that don't mean nothing, Rod. Just because
And I don't even need this game. I'm just saying the best of 7, Portland wouldn't beat Miami like y'all think they would. And the Wolves are just as good as Portland, if not better. The Wolves are 4-4 right now. So 2 games ahead of them. Okay, wow, they're 2 games ahead of them. Okay, Portland can't play on the road.
The Raptors swept the Rockets last year. Would you still pick the Rockets over Raptors in the series?
The
And they only play twice
Rockets
a
would
year.
beat the Raptors.
Okay, I'm saying they swept them in the season last year.
Okay.
So it's like
I'm
you
not
can't
bringing up
always.
that, but I don't think Portland would beat the Heat. That's what I'm saying. Whether
Portland
Portland
would
would have
sweep
won
the
the game,
Heat.
no.
Portland
They
was
got
in the
swept last year by
playoffs, they would
Pelicans.
sweep
In
the
the playoffs,
Heat.
they got swept by the Pelicans, a team that was worse than them last year. So don't talk about them sweeping anybody.
And who did
The Heat lost to the Sixers.
And yeah,
The
they lost
Sixers would have beat the Blazers. The Blazers got
Oh,
swept
I don't know
by
about
the
that,
Pelicans
Rod.
without
Portland
Cousins.
would beat the Heat
What
easily.
do you mean Portland easily?
In
They
a
lost to
series?
the Pelicans aren't even that good last year. You saw what Golden State made
Well,
dog food out of them.
Rod, Golden
Stop.
State. They kill
But the
most
Rockets
teams
won
besides.
7.
Yeah, but the Rockets better than Portland. Rockets are
wouldn't
better
even
than
beat
Portland.
Utah probably. I can't wait to this year.
Yeah,
Portland's
no,
not.
Portland. Give them more respect. Give them more respect for sure.
Well, let's stay on this. We're going to stay with the Timberwolves. We're going to talk about our fella D Rose, man. Congrats to D Rose. Shout out
Congrats,
to D Rose.
that's my guy.
Dropping 50 after you know what he been through with the constant knee injuries and then Nick and Nax getting traded from team to team. So D Rose dropped 50. Do you think D Rose is back? We're not talking about back to 2011, but back to a point of relevancy where he can help a team get over that hump or produce in the playoffs. Do you think D Rose
I
is
won't
back?
overreact just yet. He had a 50-point game, great game, but Rose, I have to see consistency. NBA is about consistency, and that's why you see certain teams start out good, and then once as the season drag on, they will start losing.
Yeah, but this is we're not talking about the team.
I know we're talking about the team, but I'm saying that's a big reason because players not consistent. D Rose, I don't see him continuing to play at an all-star level again. Like 50 points is good, but next game I can guarantee he might have 11 or 12 points because D Rose, his body can't let him be consistent no more. That's my point. His body just won't let him be consistent no more. Like, it's not his fault, but that's just what it is. Great game, but and we will see flashes of it. He may have a 40-point game, a few 30-point games, but I don't see him doing this a lot.
So right now, D Rose is averaging 18-5.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. 4
rebounds. He's shooting 47% from 2-pointers, and he's shooting 35% from 3. Overall, he's shooting 45%. So I mean, I think D Rose is going to keep this up.
I actually hope you do, but I'm not going to lie.
So far this year, per 36 minutes, he's averaging 22.5 points, 6 assists right now, and that's on 45% shooting. 47% shooting from the 2-point line.
That's good.
So, and that's per 36 minutes. So I think Rose is going to come into a zone here I really think that Rose is going to probably get to the 20 points per game average this year.
Off the bench, that'd be nice.
And I think he can. Well, I think we might start to see Rose
starting if his body.
Games.
If his body can hold up and be consistent, I agree with you. But as my prediction now, I just don't see him being consistent.
You know, I'm happy for Rose. He got 150
Man, I'm happy for him too. You know, I'm a big Rose fan. I'm happy for him, but I'm just being realistic. I don't see the consistency coming from him, and that's all I'm saying. But if it does, I'm cool with saying I'm wrong because you know I'm a big Derrick Rose fan.
Well, yeah, I can kind of see. But, yeah, Rose, yeah, he been playing solid to me. He had 28 one game and then lost 28-5. 11-5, 16-5, 14-2, 11-7, 50-6. So I think
Rose is playing better than he's playing good. He's having a good season. I'm not saying he's playing bad. I'm just saying as the season go on, I don't see him being consistent. Do we have any football topics today?
Yeah, we got football. We was just finna get into football. Actually, speaking of that, we got done with our basketball topics today. The game is now on a little break.
Man, it's a good game Sunday.
2 seconds, 76-58. Spire Institute from Geneva, Ohio is up on Minnesota Preparatory by 18 with 5 minutes and 52 seconds left. As we switch over topics here real quick, let's get to the NFL now. We are now entering week 9. Well, we started week 9. We started with a blowout to the 49ers.
You picked that game right.
The Raiders, yeah, I picked them. I picked the 49ers because the Raiders, John Gruden came there and messed them up. Talking about
he came in being arrogant.
He rebuilding. Well, he said they're rebuilding for a title run.
But I will give him the benefit of the doubt. If he's rebuilding, we need to give him a few years and see. But if he doesn't have a title, if he does 10 years and don't win the Super Bowl, that's a failure to me. And I know people are like, oh, well, Super Bowl's tough. It's like, no, he came in there arrogant, getting rid of Khalil Mack, giving him to my Bears. You got to win the Super Bowl after that. I feel like you have to win the Super Bowl, even though they did get wide. They have a lot of first-round picks, and this is not the NBA. First-round picks are big, and you a college football fiend, so you know how good first-round picks are for the NFL. Picks, period,
solid,
NFL
but we got to
good.
see what philosophy he dealing with, and he and my Broncos division. So I'm not gonna be.
I got a question for you. So I haven't watched a lot of Raiders, but what type of offense does Gruden run now with the Raiders? Because I heard he's not running what he did back then with Rich Gandy.
He also don't got his team neither. So
that's true.
Once he get his team, he gonna run a West Coast style offense.
West Coast, okay.
Type of style
well,
offense.
he ran that with Rich Gandy.
Yeah, spread offense. 4 receivers, 3 receiver sets.
But when he did his press conference, he was saying his philosophy was way different from when he coached back then. So that's why I haven't watched the Raiders.
Now because too, a lot of teams are trying to master that.
This is a different NFL
with run pass options, so they call it RPOs. So he trying to do some of that probably too. So which means that he might look at a quarterback. Look what Andy Reid did. Everybody thought Alex Smith was doing good with the Chiefs, then they drafted.
Well, he was doing good with the Chiefs.
But then they
drafted Patrick Mahomes is doing better, yeah.
And what I'm saying is that might be what Gruden is starting to go after. You're starting to see these coaches become innovative and get dual quarterbacks because they can rectify the game in multiple ways, and they make your offense just more explosive. But let's crash into these NFL topics here because we only got a few minutes left before we have to do some exclusive interviews today that we're going to put on the podcast, but it's going to be separate.
I hope you got a topic that I want. That you got expertise on.
It's gonna be separate from the show, so we're gonna we're gonna try to get a player interview with a player from the winning team, which looked like it might be Spire Institute, who is now up by 20. But let's dive into these NFL topics. Right now, let's start with power rankings. The top 5 teams in the league, and I'll start with this topic just because you started with NBA.
Okay.
My top 5 teams in the league. 1, I got the LA Rams. 2, I got the Kansas City Chiefs. 3, I got the New England Patriots. 4, I got the New Orleans Saints. And 5, I got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Those are my top 5 teams right now. If I had to pick those would be my top 5. Who would be your top 5?
I have Rams at 1, Chiefs at 2, Saints at 3, Patriots at 4, and I have the Chargers at 5. I want to put Panthers at 5, but I'm going to go ahead and go with the Chargers. They could be interchangeable, but those are my 5.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with that. Those 5. I just think that
the Patriots don't look good. I don't know. Maybe because I don't know. I have high stands for them, but they struggle versus Buffalo. They look bad to me. The score, that's what I'm saying. The score tells different, but if you actually watch, say the eye test, they just look bad to me.
To me, they was moving the ball versus Buffalo. If you look at Buffalo defense,
Buffalo got deep. This game Sunday scares me with Chicago.
Buffalo defense is not bad.
Yeah, it's not.
This year.
I agree.
So I don't think that we should expect New England to go in there and run up points on them.
And plus,
But
teams
New
gonna have
England
ugly wins.
but
Teams are gonna have ugly
But New
wins,
England
too.
still did blow them out. I mean, the game still was a blowout.
I said my standards must be too high for New England because to
So-
me, I just feel like that game was just
Because
ugly. I don't know.
We'll see this week. San Diego plays the Seahawks, but I think that could be a trap game for them in Seattle.
Yeah, a
Seattle's
trap
actually
game.
been playing a lot better, and the Chargers defense has been suspect, especially in that secondary. And that game is in Seattle, so we'll see about the Chargers. I'm not sold on putting them into a top 5 slot yet, over like a New England, even over New England. So I feel like that was disrespectful in the first
I
part.
didn't put them over New England. I put them at number 5. New England was 4.
Okay. So I mean, for 4. So I mean, I see the Panthers been on the outside looking in right there. This week we got more teams on a bye week, so we only gonna have 12 games this week. Man, I hate when bye weeks come. I love having 16 games.
Ooh, fantasy for people about to suck.
Well, this week my fantasy good. I got a few people on the bye week, but I'm building up my team. But that's my top 5. Do you see any of your top 5 teams not making the playoffs right now?
Let me see.
Because I think
I'm not gonna lie. I
don't
think
make the
I
playoffs.
really think the Chargers can not make the playoffs.
Well, yeah, I can see that.
But power rankings is like right now.
I know. I'm just saying.
So-
do you see anybody in your top 5
Yeah,
right now? that
I
miss
can
the
see
playoffs?
Chargers really falling off.
I think all 5 of mine gonna be in the playoffs. I think LA, Kansas
think
City,
4.
New England, New Orleans, and
Insane.
Pittsburgh all gonna be in the playoffs.
I think Chargers make a fall off, and I think but right now, I'm really a lot of the ESPN people was right about the Chargers. I feel like I was like, what do they see in the Chargers? And I'm like, man,
Well, I mean, the Chargers got a cold little nice receiving core. They got a weird receiving core.
they
They
defense
nice.
underrated.
Well,
Low key.
Bosa hasn't played this year, but their secondary not. They missing the corner that towards ACL in the spring training camp or in summer training camp. But their defense is overrated when they healthy. But to me, they're not playing so good right now. Phillip Rivers is actually having an MVP caliber season. It's just
He
Mahomes is. Mahomes is. taking over.
Mahomes and Gurley, the top 2.
Let's go to another topic that a lot of people been brewing over, that I've been brewing over. And we talking about, we bringing it back to Minnesota, a hometown thing today. Is Adam Thielen the best receiver in the NFL right now?
He's having the best season.
I say no. He's having
the best season as a receiver.
He's having the
yes.
Pro Bowl season. He's having the Pro Bowl caliber season. But yeah, I say no. He's not the best receiver in the NFL.
It's two
right
different
now.
questions. It's two different parts to me.
He's having the best season if we look at it statistically. But if we look at it overall, just as a wide receiver,
Overall, he's not the best, but I'm saying he's having the best season, and that's as far as it going with me. He's having the best season easily, and you can't deny that.
well, he's number 1 in catches, yards.
Yes, number 1 in catches and yards.
He's
He just,
top 5
he just broke an
touchdowns.
NFL record that no receiver has ever done.
He's top 5 in touchdowns.
8 straight 100 yard reception games. Not 100 yard reception.
Right now, he got 74 catches, 925 yards, and 6 touchdowns through 8 games.
First receiver ever to do it 8 games in a row, get over 100 yards.
So I
every
might
game.
have to come to my senses and say right now he is being the best receiver.
Yes, he's playing the best, but I won't say he's the best
But
receiver.
in my rankings of receivers, he's number 3 right now. This year, I got him still number 3.
This year he's number 1, but I'm talking about because I don't change my rankings because beginning of the season I had Antonio Brown, and I still think Antonio Brown's the best receiver in the NFL. Thielen just having the better season.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Like you know how that
That's
goes.
real.
Like somebody can be better than somebody, but they having a better season because this is the pros. The pros is so much talent. Somebody's gonna have a better season than you, but Antonio Brown still is more talented than Adam Thielen. Faster, stronger, can catch better, but Thielen's having a better season. That's really what it is.
Yeah, Thielen having a year. I mean, I can't dispute that. I was disputing that, but yeah, he's 74 catches, 925
Just
yards,
like with
6
quarterbacks.
touchdowns.
To me, Tom Brady's better than Patrick Mahomes, but Patrick
And
Mahomes is the
people-
best quarterback this season.
And Stephon Diggs got 58 catches, 587 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, man.
but yeah, and right now, oh no, yards after catch. Oh, okay, Kittle, Thielen is right there. He right outside the top.
One
10.
thing we gotta tell the audience too, we're not gonna do a real talk tonight, but I want to we gotta do a show before Tuesday because election is Tuesday, and I want to talk about both of our
voters and non-voters.
non-voters because I have a lot to say
And then
about
also,
that.
yeah, we want to talk about social media.
Quick question: Are you voting
too.
on Tuesday?
No, I will not be voting on Tuesday.
I'm not voting either. People gonna try to make you feel guilty. but
Yeah,
I'm not
especially
voting
working
either.
in the school system, they're trying to make me feel
Yep,
guilty.
yep,
They
I'm
saying,
not voting either.
This is for the kids and things like that. But it's I don't bring my personal views to work. So, but
Yeah, I don't say
said
nothing,
on here. I'm not going.
We were talking about that work. People was like, "Are you voting?
No, we
You're gonna
talking-
wear I vote stick?" I'm like, I was just like,
we talking about
no.
social media. We're gonna talk about social media and politics too nowadays. How people on Facebook and Twitter are now all of a sudden, just politicians and
Yeah,
using the use of rhetoric and things like that.
yeah, for sure.
So let's get to our last football topic, which is a big football topic. It's something that's been going on for years, and we talk about the dominance of New England. Do you see anybody in the AFC this year that could dethrone the Patriots? We talked about our top five, and we had a couple teams from the AFC in there, like the Chargers. I had the Steelers. You had the Chiefs. We both had the Chiefs. Do you see anybody in the AFC dethroning New England
This year will be tougher for them for sure, and I do think the Chiefs in the playoffs, if they can get a home game, can beat New England if they get a home game because they're hard to guard. But I'm going to say New England's going to the Super Bowl still because once playoffs start, teams seem to pause up. And that's what I just feel like playoffs. New England they just know how to play. So I'm gonna pick. They're going to be my Super Bowl pick, but I'm going to say I give Chiefs the best chance to beat the Patriots in the playoffs.
I'm not giving up on that Steelers bandwagon. I say Steelers and Chiefs have the best chances to beat.
Yeah, I don't see it with the Steelers.
Compete with New England. I think seeding matters, and I'm talking about seeding for the whole AFC playoffs because if like New England get a bye or they don't get a bye and they got to play this game.
Go on the road, they have because if you don't get a bye, you automatically got to go on the road.
A team that people need to watch out for that I think is creeping up on people is Houston. They 5-3.
Yes, that's a good one.
And I told people about Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson playing is great
this year, but this week they play my Broncos, and we'll see if they put that one out. They 6-3.
They just got the 5-3.
No, I'm saying if they pull this one out, Broncos, they'll be 6-3.
They just got your boy too.
If New England lose, they'll be 6-3. Then Kansas City got a meeting with the Rams coming up. The Chargers got a few meetings. So Houston is in there too. I think the field is going to be tougher for New England, but I don't see nobody right now. I cannot definitively say that somebody in the AFC is going to beat New England in a playoff game, whether it's in the road at Arrowhead or whether it's on the road in Heinz Field. I don't see nobody beat New England, but if it's in New England, I really see chances is diminishing. On the road, I can kind of go 55-45, but if we're in New England, I'm going 70-30, 70-80-20 type of deal.
Quick question: who better, Brady or Rodgers?
Well, Brady is the GOAT, and Rodgers is barely probably in my top five, if not even right on the outside or in my top five.
Okay.
When it's all said and done, he will be in the top five.
I think he'll be 3 when it's all said and done.
But
He'll be 3.
He has to start to win more. And I don't care about what the team around him looks like because Brady has done it with all types of teams, from good defenses to
But
bad defenses.
I will say, what I hear a lot,
offenses to great
coaching.
offenses.
Because you even say McCarthy sucks at coaching.
And Belichick does too.
You think Belichick's see, I'm not going that far.
Belichick's not a good
Do you
coach
think
to me.
Belichick's the best coach
People
ever?
No, people say he know defense, but he really doesn't know defense like that. They get torched for a lot of yards and a lot of plays.
I don't think he's the best coach ever too, but
and he doesn't know offense.
I don't know
that way.
who's the best coach though. I will say that. I don't have an answer who's the best, but I don't think it's Belichick.
Well, I would have to say based off of everybody what they talk about schemes, it has to be like Bill Walsh.
Bill
If we
Walsh.
talk about offense, if we talk about defense,
He just don't have the success. People looking at the success Belichick
But if we
has.
talk about defense, it's got to be the names like Buddy Ryan, Wade Phillips, Lovie Smith, those type of players, coaches. I think coaching in the NFL is different type. We can go by categories, or you can go by overall, depending on how your team is, or if you balance on the ball. But Belichick's not balanced.
And I
He's
feel like that
just blessed to have
system,
Brady.
and people say that he has a system. Like, what system? Like, what was that system at Cleveland?
Yeah, I don't go
What was
by-
that system at the first season
I don't
with
go
Drew
by system
Bledsoe?
because the Patriots do it many different ways. They can do it running the ball, they can do it passing the ball. I think it's about how the leader on the field stays calm, stays poised, and gets
And that's a
them
big
through
reason why I
stuff.
do have Brady over Rodgers too, because for quarterbacks, leadership matters. Leadership is big with quarterbacks.
Well, leadership is everything for quarterbacks.
Because
So,
people go about like Rodgers definitely has better skills than Brady, but I just feel like Brady, his pocket presence is better. Like his footwork in the pocket is much better than Rodgers. Rodgers can run better, but footwork in the pocket is different from running.
No, I agree. I definitely agree. And like I said, and Brady is going under the radar this year, and they still 6-2.
He's not having a great
And his
season, but
stats
he's
is
having a
still
decent
up there,
season.
yeah.
Because
And
he's
they
throwing
still-
more picks than usual. He's threw more picks than usual, but his stats is still good.
And they 6-2 as a team.
But one thing, the
They
Patriots,
put up
I feel
points.
like the Patriots are not. They run the ball so much where Brady could get those touchdowns.
And
But
Brady is 67.5%, 2,200 yards, and he got 16 touchdowns, seven picks.
Mahomes 26-6. Oh my God. Aaron Rodgers ain't having a great season like I thought he was.
Aaron Rodgers got 13 touchdowns and one interception.
But one interception, you know, that's one thing Rodgers don't do. He probably the best quarterback ever to not throw picks. I will give him that.
But yeah, 13 touchdowns. So
I don't know. From the eye test, people say Rodgers is better, but I'm with you. I feel like Brady's much better for me.
And they were just talking about that around the horn yesterday. He's like, let's just keep it real. If we want to be real, Rodgers could do everything better than Brady. But I'm like, when it comes down to it and the pressure's on,
he really can't do. He can run better and he can throw
on the run.
He can throw on the run better.
But Brady finds receivers.
Brady more accurate to me. Brady
finds receivers. Brady calls the right plays versus.
And Rodgers have a stronger arm. But stronger arm to mean you better because Vic had a stronger arm than Rodgers. Cutler had a stronger arm, but that don't mean you better. I feel like Brady's just smarter than Rodgers for some reason.
Well, that comes down to being composed.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not being biased. I just feel like the eye test because, you know, I said Rodgers is better than Brady 3 years ago, so you know I'm not being biased. I don't know. I just think Brady's better.
Well, this week they get it on in Foxborough, so we'll be able to see that.
We'll see.
That's going to be a treat Sunday Night Football.
Brady has to win this.
Let's do a few things. Let's do something new. We got a few seconds here. We got Spire, Ohio, Geneva, Ohio up 90-77 with 14 seconds left. Isaiah Jackson just made 1 or 2 free throws. Now made it 91-77.
Hopefully we can talk to a few people.
This game is over with now. But let's pick about 3 games this week. Who do you think gonna win the Lions and Vikings? I'm
going Vikings.
I'm taking the Vikings that game 28-18.
I'm gonna go Vikings 24-17. It's gonna be a closer game. Matthew Stafford plays good here.
Let's do another intriguing one. He just got traded from his one team to his other team, and now he got to go back to where he played at for 8 years. Demarius Thomas, Texans and Broncos. I'm taking the Texans 30-24.
I'm gonna pick your boy Denver. I'm gonna pick your boys Denver because I feel like Denver home crowds give their defense. They're going to give your defense is going to give Watson problems while he's on the road.
And then let's pick the game of the week. The game of the week to me is the Saints and the Rams. That's the game of the week to me.
Ain't that crazy? That's the game of the week over the Packers and Patriots.
To me, that's the game of the week. For me, the Packers and Patriots.
That is game of the week. No, Rams and Saints game of the week. I'm gonna go Saints.
I'm going to Rams 33-29.
I'm gonna say I think Saints gonna win like 34-30. It's gonna be a shootout.
34-30. I say the Rams 33-29.
Rams bound to lose. They're going to lose.
Yeah, I think they're gonna lose to the Chiefs. So Monday night.
So you think Rams going 15-1?
I'm not saying 15-1. I think their first loss are gonna be to the Chiefs.
I think Saints gonna beat them.
I can see the Rams going 14-2, 13-3, but getting beat like that, I don't know.
I think Rams losing this week, but we'll see. I'm glad. Hey, that's the game I got against you. You going Green Bay or New England?
I'm going New England. It's in New England. I'm going New England.
Yeah, I'm going to go New England, too.
34, about 24, I say.
Packers actually not that bad.
They 3-3-1.
They 3-3-1, but they, like, when I seen them play, like, when I was watching that Rams game, they was looking good to me. It's just they didn't know how to win the game.
Yeah, no, that's true. So, yeah, that was, we concluding the show here tonight. Those was just a snippet here live from Patrick Henry. We got basketball and football. Stay tuned follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, the Facebook page. Y'all finna hear more from us. It's just not a one-time thing.
We definitely got to be more consistent, but life get busy. But we're about to get serious on this because we want to do big things.
We finna be consistent with it. So look out for us. Look out for updates for us.
Let me get my
subscribe to our pages, our YouTube channel. We're gonna start uploading the podcast to the podcast app. So look out for us and listen to us on your way to work, on your way home. Brotherly Differences 24/7, located here in Minneapolis, Twin Cities.
Yeah.
Like I said, we use facts, stats, and debate. And if you ever want to be a part of the debate, reach out to Mike or myself, Rod, on our personal pages or our Brotherly Differences pages, because you always welcome on the show to enter your input and tell us what you think. You know what I'm saying? Because this is how we do it. It's a community thing.
And our Twitter is at Sports Debate 247. That is our Twitter page, and I'm gonna definitely be updating that.
For sure.
And just check us out, man. We want to follow, man, because eventually we want to get big and stuff. And like I said, we have a lot in store for this. Me and Rod go have some. Yeah. We go talk business with this. Like we're about to get serious, man. We want to be a voice.
So we'll see y'all next episode. Thanks for checking in and tuning in, listening. Peace.